Hi, I'm Anna, and today this is going to be my vlog post video. So, this is my modeling Earth's rotation and revolution on Earth's rotation and revolution, and how the Earth moves around the sun and the shadows for it. So, I had some reflection questions over here, and then I also made my answers for this. So, let me make the screen.
And like you see, the popular vote. Hillary
Okay, so I wrote my reflection questions. There were only 3 reflection questions. So the questions were, why is it important to use models? And when explaining or teaching things, why are some limitations? What are some limitations of models? What makes them imperfect? How did you decide on the model you chose for this video? Made the best model for the job? Why didn't you choose a different model? And this was one of my favorite ones because you really got creative in the videos. So my answers for that, it is important to use models because they show more understanding on what you are saying. They show examples that describe the actual event. Models give a good picture in your head about the actual explaining of it. It is also easy to understand, especially if it is a difficult concept to just teach randomly. So for the second one, I said, a thing that doesn't help with models is you need to use them properly and look to see if they are giving you a good visual to the audience. So if you're using them properly, make sure you're using them the right way, like you're not just messing them around and like breaking them or something like that. They sometimes do not act as you want. Like they sometimes do not act as you want them to. Like they don't do what you think they would. Models do not show the actual size of the Earth. Like they are not on that type of level. Like the Earth is so huge, and then the model's like the size of your palm. I chose a green ball, a yellow ball, and a flashlight, but I didn't use my styrofoam ball. I did have a styrofoam ball, I just didn't use it. I thought the green ball represented the Earth and the yellow ball as the sun.
What about the sun causes
I thought the flashlight also represented the sun, so it can show you how the differences on the summer and winter of the sun going on the Earth.
My evidence for that.
The yellow ball shows how the sun stays in one place, and the green ball, the Earth, spins around the sun constantly. So now moving on to my next one. I have some notes. Rotation means a year, like the Earth goes around the sun a year. Revolution means a day. It goes around a day. Fall and spring is when direct sunlight appears.
It's called the day of the
So my state of nature story. This is just a screenshot of some of my state of nature story. I had 2 reflection questions for this. I have models of the sun and shadows. I had to make a video on that, and there were no reflection questions. Revolutionary tug of war was by me. No reflections. Tracking shadows during a day. We had to track shadows, and I'm going to explain this one. So what we had was a battery, and we had just a battery, a clipboard, and a piece of paper and a pencil, and we wrote north, south, east, and west are, and we put the battery on an exact spot every single time and stand it at the exact spot every single time. So we put our names down outside on the chalk with chalk, and we had different shadows over periods of time. So 9:20 was really long. Then it went to 10:35, I think that is. It got a little shorter. 12:07, look how short that is, and then 2:15 is very long again. And we actually made a graph tracking all that down. So this was kind of like a couple days lessons, I think. So I'm going to read only 3 of my reflection questions. So the question was, what patterns did you notice about the shadow length throughout the day? First in the morning, it was very long and wide because of the sun on an angle. After morning, in the afternoon, the shadow appeared very short and narrow because of the sun's position. The light couldn't wrap around the battery to make a more bigger shadow. After past, when it was back to long, It was
about the
actually
shadows,
even longer than
Lynn's
that before.
birthday.
It was
know they
even
said in the
longer
morning the
because
shadow
the
was really
closer
long,
the sunlight gets to the
4:35
horizon, the more
around
long and narrow the
4:45.
shadows.
It got a bit
So
shorter,
this
and then
was
at noon it
really
got,
fun
super
because
short. And then at 2:15 it got big.
it
Not
got
as big as in the
so
morning.
big, and the difference between that is awesome.
Sorry.
So now let's move on to the next one.
So, we're
So,
gonna go
Observing the
previous.
sun for a day. That wasn't actually. Wait, hold on one second.
Yeah, because I know environmental challenges next, and we did that this term.
I think I missed observing the sun for a day because I was sick. So environmental challenge, I'm
Sorry,
going
my
to say
ball
this
was
one.
still loading.
So the environmental challenge is when we had to make an
observing the sky for a
environmental
day, we
issue.
learned
Like we had to focus on an environmental issue, and we had to make like an invention that helped solve the environmental. So we had to make a video on our creation, and we had to draw a picture, and we had to make a model. So then we had some reflection questions, and you could also sign up for like different contests and win some money or prizes
a
or
video
anything.
about it, or model,
and it was really
how
fun
can we help the
because
Earth be more
you got to really like think about the issues with
Here's the
environment and how it's impacting and how kids can use.
gravitational force
We just
works.
use materials
And
from
we
our
had
classroom, and they can put their minds to it.
And then this one's
So observing Earth's shadows. So this was really cool because I made a thing link, and you could just press on them and learn about the fall equinox, the spring equinox, the summer solstice, and the winter solstice.
And then we just
Oh,
made a blog post when we completed
sorry, it's
Money
loading.
Island, which was
Yeah,
a game we
let's just-
did. And then here's a link to our
sorry,
human body
my
research
blog
paper.
posts are right now loading.
And then
So-
how our muscles know when to move. We learned
Now we
how
have the day
our
and night
muscles
video.
know when to move. And
Well, the day and night.
how do they move?
And sorry, it's loading right now. But for day and
And
night,
this
I
is
had to make a video
already
explaining day
getting
and
into the
night
first
and how
one.
the sun
That's
goes with it. And I got some pictures. And once,
This the wedding scene in June books is the first one. I think so.
when does it end?
I think at this one.
I would just do that.
Uh,
So
And then
sorry, I was
this
helping
is the
a
last
friend.
one.
And then we
That's
have
it.
just some information.
Thanks,
And then it was gravitational force, so you had to learn about like the marble dropping on like sand and salt and stuff, and we had to show how it works. And we made like a hypothesis, my actual answer, and some reflection questions. And modeling Earth's shape was notes from my research. And day 2, I made a video, and this was really fun because we got to make a Google drawing. And the Google drawing was really fun because I got to show like my vision of the Earth. Here's the Earth. I made like bushes and continents somehow, and I also made like little people around the Earth and stuff. So it was really fun to do that because that was actually like the first time I ever done Google Drawing before, I think. And it was, you got to really think creatively, and he gave you a long time to do this. And then we had some reflection questions. I'll read one of them. So question 2, how does the size of their drawings of the Earth compare with the actual size of the Earth? It is incredibly smaller than its actual size, which it actually is. If you didn't know, the Earth was huge. The Earth is a 3-dimensional, and the drawings of the Earth are 2-dimensional. The Earth is 3,959 miles long, and the drawing of the Earth is way smaller. And we have our human body research paper. That was really, and my Money Island certificate to say I was a guru, and how our muscles know when to move. We did that near the human body lesson. And I was actually sick for the rest of the lesson, so I don't know what happened. And then I'll explain this one. We had writing a scene in June bugs was when we got this video, and we got to watch it in class, and he showed you about it. And since we were writing June bugs, we got to say like what is going on and how we can incorporate some of this stuff. Like what happens is we succeed and then we fail and fail and fail and then we succeed and maybe fail. Like it's all those funny scenes that you put together that makes the story like really good and wraps it up the whole time. So I think that's all I have for you today. I'll just tell you a little bit about my certificate on Money Island. And so what we had was this game called Money Island on First American Bank, and these ladies came in and they offered the game to us, and we started playing it. And you had to become a guru, and I became a guru. It was a lot of fun, and we got T-shirts and pencil marks and bookmarks, all this stuff at the end. It was a lot of fun because just it was really cool to say like I broke stone. I saved stone broke, and it was really fun. So I think that's all I have for you today. So I'm Anna. Back. Sorry because I forgot to show a couple more blog posts. So I'm going to show my park test, prep math. Math test 4, and here are all my answers for it. And we had to screenshot all of our answers down. And then we also have my favorite book of the year so far. So I put.
You must be at least
I wrote a little bit about my favorite book so far I've read this year, and that was 6th grade Glamour Snooks and Me. It's about and I'm going to show this. This is a terrific book about two good best friends becoming far apart of each other. Allie is one of the main characters, and she is best friends with Tam, who is now getting to know the meanest girl in school, Renee. Renee is known as a glamour in Allie's case, but Allie is now thinking, is her best friend Tam turning into a glamour too? The book focuses on friendship, bullying, and life choices, and Allie meets new boys and best friends. I highly recommend this book for anyone who's wanting to read a realistic fiction focusing on all of the characters. So we already went through these.
I'm sorry, but I had to go back to that because I forgot to show you some of those. But thanks.
I have to show you a couple more right now. Sorry, it's loading.
That was like 2 minutes.
It's still loading. Okay. So now we have our student-led conference from last year, and we had to make a pre-video, like now, basically. And when we actually did, we showed the real video. And then we have how our muscles get the nutrients they need. We had to make screenshots from Science Companion Prime, and we had an experiment of like putting like fruit punch or Jello stuff in there, and one with like the beef tender, like tender beef. Yeah. So then we have World Kindness Day, which my quote for that was, you know who is the most wonderful person? Your answer is the first word in the sentence. So it's supposed to be you. And I made this on a canvas. And then I got some screenshots of other things. So Canva. I made that on Canva. So now I have one more to show you. Like a couple more actually. So this is my vault here. This is my vault certificate, and we did this in math because we had to do like electronics and what we post on the internet and what we don't, and what are like good decisions and stuff. Where do bones move is what do bones do, what are joints, and we did this all earlier in the year. It was really fun. In school, I fiction lesson 13. The Can Man reread about the Can Man, and it was a really good book because I figured out that when you like give cans to like this like people, they can give you money back, which is really cool. And it's about this man who's kind of poor, and he collects cans, and then a boy starts collecting cans because he realizes you can get like coins out of it. But then since the boy is taking all the cans, the Can Man can't give, and I'll save the rest for you if you ever read it. And Donald Trump is the new president. Trump got 276 electoral votes and Hillary got 218, which is weird because Trump didn't get the popular vote and Hillary did. So, must have been something with the electoral college that, yeah. So, Dia de los Muertos, we did, what are they called? Not
Day of the
mystery.
Dead.
No, like mystery Skype. No,
Skype.
like we did a Skype with them, but it's something we call like, I don't know what it's called again. But we did a Skype, and Dia de los Muertos means Day of the Dead, and we Skyped with these kids from Mexico, and they told us all about Dia de los Muertos and how they celebrate it and what they do. And over here in this picture was La Katrina, who's a big main part of the Day of the Dead. She was like this god, not a god literally, but it's a big deal. It's supposed to be like not a sad part where you celebrate people like dying, like when we have funerals, you're sad. They're just celebrating that happens. And breathing hard for our muscles is when we had to breathe through like straws with sitting in a chair, walking in place, running in place. And we did 2 for sitting in a chair, and we did other screenshots of the Science Companion Prime, and we have reflection questions. The election is next week. That was we made this before the Donald Trump is the new president, and we learned some things about like George Washington, how it started. Like George Washington really wanted to retire badly, and it says like, and I think we watched we watched a video on President Obama and Kid President together. Pepe the Lamplighter is School of Fiction Lesson 6, and we had to write something about the characters. So characters were Pepe, Pepe's father, Pepe's sisters, and he lived in Mulberry Street, Italy. Now he used to, and now he lives in America. It was past tense. Pepe wanted a job to make money for his family. Pepe's father is mad at Pepe because Pepe doesn't have the best job. Pepe didn't light the street lights, and his sister, Assunta, got lost on a street. Pepe can't get a job because every business is running just fine. Pepe's father does not want him to be a street lighter. Pepe's father accepted Pepe being a street lighter. Pepe saved his sister and he lit the lamps with his sister Assunta, I think. And I'll just read this school-wide fiction lesson 5. And we wrote something about first person, second person, and third person. And so second person is talking about, first person is talking about yourself. Like, I went to the movies with my best friend and I had so much fun. Second person is like when you're talking to someone, like, you seem kind of off, just saying, because you look pale or something. Third person is just like a regular, like, she was dancing and all that. She had fun and stuff. So, yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching my video. Bye.